we're gonna go drinking tonight. Drinking tonight, we're gonna go drinking tonight. Tequila time, feeling fine as long as you buy and line 'em up and double fist. We drinking this, drinking that, drinking till we yak. There's never been a night like this. Oh yeah, Jaeger bomb time, Corona and lime, party all night till closing time. You know that girl's gonna drive me to drinking. Drinking tonight, we're gonna go drinking tonight. Drinking tonight, we're gonna go drinking tonight.
Hey guys, this is Steve with Orlando Collector Deviants. We are here tonight with the Second Sight Publishing crew, Mr. Bradley and Mr. Marcus. How are you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing great.
Don't everybody seem so excited talking with me. Jeez.
Happy to be here. You know, since Bradley the CEO, I have to let him speak first.
Well, you know,
Okay.
it's an honor because I only get Bradley like once every 3 years. I'm on the show.
Oh man.
We got to have Bradley talk a lot tonight. Well, because Bradley, the last time I talked with you, so much has changed with the company.
Yeah.
Since the last time you're on the show. Now Marcus is on the show like every few months, so we know about him. But I want to hear how you've grown this company in the last couple of years to where you're at right now.
Man, I mean, last time I was on the show, you know, we were relatively new to the comic scene. You know, we was doing I think what Cult of Dracula at the time. And we was doing direct market, we calling stores and everything. To now we're in the process of teaming with a larger company with distributing some of our titles. We're actually been through Diamond, in the process of getting set up with Lunar, and yeah, got movie deals going on. Yeah, we definitely done in 3 short years.
Oh yeah, you've grown. You're one of the largest independent publishers out there right now, if I've been reading right.
We are well, when it comes to horror, we are like we are the premier comic book publisher out in the industry when it comes to like horror comics and whatnot. Yes, you are correct.
Yeah, but see, I still, and I've had this discussion, I think, with Marcus before and a couple of people. Like, I don't consider some of the indie people as indie people anymore, just because they're like IDW and all Dark Horse, all that. They're not indie anymore because they're so mainstream that they're not indie to me. Now, you guys are still indie. You guys like everything in-house, everything, So I still consider you guys more indie than some of these other ones. That's why I say you're like one of the biggest out there now.
Yeah, but buddy, for the next 3 months, Marcus, we're not gonna be indie anymore. We're gonna be mainstream. That's all I can say on that topic. But
right now, as we're talking, you're still the biggest one.
We're still indie, yeah.
Okay, see, so that's all that matters. Right now, as we're talking, you're still indie.
And we'll still be indie, but we have some things in the works where we're going to be working with some larger publishers.
real large.
And just look out for some announcements that are going to be coming that are going to help push us even further into the future, and get us a little more secure in the industry.
Now, just remember the people who were with you when you first started. I still get every 3 years I get a Bradley interview.
Oh yeah. As a matter of fact, hey, I'm gonna break it down to once a year. How about that?
Oh, once a year. Okay, see, I got Marcus about 4 times a year, and I get you once a year. I'm happy.
Once a year.
See, I just bring Marcus on just to hear his voice. I mean, I could have the most stressful day. I hear Marcus talking, and I just kind of just melt,
Just calm down. It melts you all the way down, don't it? I know it. Like drinking a warm glass of milk, I tell you.
Well, somebody has to have the cool head.
Oh man.
Now let's remind everybody how you got in, why Second Sight Publishing came about. Let's say it that way.
It came about because I mean, honestly, I got tired of being rejected. You know what I'm saying? I send pictures in to different smaller companies. Rejection.
All those dating sites suck. Don't worry about the dating sites, okay? Sorry.
Well, no dating sites, but Second Sight, we started off. We're really a small company who's doing big things, so the bigger companies can give us a second look. And for the most part, we have been doing that the last 2-3 years, where a lot of our stuff have gained recognition when it comes to movies. You know, Diamond has published our stuff. We've gained recognition with our horror stuff, which has caused us to transition to mainly horror going forward.
Well, you've been mostly mainly horror since the beginning, though.
Not exactly. Cult of Dracula was our first title that we actually had to 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 play with. But as we got known, got it out there to more stores, more creators took notice of it, and we actually started to get in a lot more slice of life stuff. Like for instance, Blood, Skull and Chrome, Blowtorch Chess. We got the superhero stuff with Lady Freedom. All that stuff came within a month or two of actually putting out Cult of Dracula. So, in my mind, and me and Marcus, we talked about it. We decided to be a hub for all creators. That's where we started the Second Sight Presents, the second verse, the Freedom verse. The playground for the children. We was gonna be a publishing company that does all the stuff, kind of like the way Image was. That was my goal, was to be another Image. But as things got to rolling and we saw where our strength was, okay, me and Marks, we had to another meeting again. We're like, this is where our strengths are, and this is where we're kind of faulting. So from that point on, we decided to just do strictly horror, and that was when our horror books came out. During the Halloween season, 2021, or was it 2022? I think it was 2020.
The book, those horror titles came out actually in 2021.
2021, yeah, and it was massive. The sales, the reception, it was massive. So from that point on, we kind of started to downgrade from putting out everything, we're finding our identity with putting out just straight horror.
And now you have, how many titles do you guys got under your belt?
Oh,
I think the last
I
time,
got to count them up. Ooh,
yeah,
uh,
we listed, I
about
think there
13
were,
to 15 titles for as horror go.
and then we have a few sci-fi titles still remaining. We actually have a manga title that we'll be putting out. Still got some fantasy stuff. So we probably have a total of probably around 25 to 28 titles that we have.
Yeah, yeah,
But
roughly around in there.
yeah, but for horror, we're half of that, over half of that is horror titles.
Now, with the horror titles, that comes from, like Bradley, you have a love of horror, don't you?
I do. I love it. Eat, sleep, and you know what else? It
Pooh, you didn't say poo.
and poo it.
Now, and Marcus, you have a love of the horror too, because I know your collection kind of personally.
Yeah, I've been in the horror for a long time. I like telling scary stories. I like reading scary stuff, seeing scary stuff. And the thing that was really eye-opening to me as far as comics go is that the horror fans, man, it's a large horror base. And they eat the horror stories up. It's like that you don't see them actually like grade a horror story. This is an A or F because the horror base is that dedicated. They'll say one story is better than the other, but it's all horror, so they love it.
You got one of your fans is on here, Roland Man, saying whoop whoop.
Oh yeah, Roland. As a matter of fact,
Rolling.
Roland's wife is from Mississippi. I believe Roland is from Mississippi as well, if I'm not mistaken. Or
I think he's
one
from Alabama.
talk all the time when we see each other at cons, and we talk about the just being Southerners. And even when it comes to the horror, that's one of the things that Second Sight is known for, is what they call Southern Gothic horror, and that's just horror with a Southern twist to it.
And for those of you that don't know, but everybody should that's on this watches the show, Roland is with Silverline Publishing.
That's right, Roland's old school comics back when they were like every kid's dream to be in a comic book. The stars to be a comic book character. Comic books have changed since then, but Roland is one of those guys from back in the day that's still doing it now and doing it well.
And you were right. They're both from Mississippi. His wife is from Biloxi, and he grew up in Jackson.
Hey, grew up just up the road from me, Rolling. I'm from Pontotoc.
And Roland's probably one of the few people that know where that's at.
Yeah, because we did when we did that first Mississippi Zombie. Roland had come to me and we were talking about Mississippi, talking about just the whole concept of that horror anthology. And he was like, man, I got to tell my wife about this. And I had the pleasure of meeting her at a con, and she and I talked about the Mississippi Zombie thing. I mean, as I said, there's some good people, man. As you know, Steve, because we see each other at cons at least 5, maybe 6 times a year. And I see Roland just that frequently. So we all have
going to say a month, 5 or 6 times a month.
Yeah, I mean, somebody, hey, didn't I just see you last weekend? But yeah, we all have we have a real close friendship, a real tight friendship, and I'm always excited to see Roland. He's a good guy.
And Roland says they did a stint in Oxford.
Oh yeah, he definitely know where I'm at. There, he definitely know where I'm at.
He probably go up and ask for one of your mom's. Was it your mom or your grandma's fish sandwich?
My mama,
Your mom. Okay. See, I'm
my
sorry. I
mama.
couldn't remember.
Yeah, best fish sandwich in Pine Top, Mississippi.
Well, see, he's gonna go up there now and get one.
Yeah, tell him come on.
So, what is right now? What is one of your guys' leading comics that you guys got going on?
Uh,
Look, we had to think about this because it just really medium you're talking about right now on Global Comics. Uh, Bradley put Leave on the Light up, and I mean, it has really taken off. See, it's seeing some real big numbers. At last count, it was closing in on 10,000 views.
yeah, and fast.
So the Leave on the Light has seen a resurgence, and then
But
we're
on
seeing,
the other hand, we got
yeah,
shook.
yeah, we have Shook comic to come out that and the Shook has all those big name people, Rodney Barnes and David Walker, Kevin Grievous, those guys, which here in the coming months, there'll be an announcement made about this book, particularly after the Kickstarter is filled. Once that Kickstarter is filled, look for a big announcement revolving around that book that's probably going to take people by surprise.
Take their breath away.
And then we have, and I actually have these titles at the OloCon. We have the Sunny, issue 1 of Sunny, and we have the issue 1 of the Leave on the Light 1856 series, which is the prequel to the Leave on the Light that's out now. And that's actually written by Brian Hawkins.
Now, your shirt is a variant of Sunny, correct?
Yes, my shirt is the B cover variant, and I will have these variant covers as well as one more variant cover for everybody there at OloCon.
So, Mr. Bradley, what do we got? What do we got to do to get you to come down to Olo one of these years?
Oh, you ain't gotta do much, man. Mark has been on me hot and heavy about coming down. What's gonna happen is I'm probably the next time y'all have the con, I'll probably set up a book signing that the following day or the day before, just like you said, and just come on down then. Try to stay for about 3 days. Try to stay cause y'all come on Sunday, isn't it?
No, like this year it's on Saturday.
Or on Saturday.
Yep.
Okay, well, yeah. Come down like Thursday, and I have a book signing Friday and had a con Saturday, then leave Sunday morning. So
Head on
that's
back
what we're
to
looking to head on back to Pong Top.
Well, I'm going to say even it would just be nice seeing you down here anywhere. You know what I mean? At any of these cons. I mean, because even like Central Florida Comic Con, that is a great one.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one for you to come out. Of course, I'm biased because we have our convention, but I mean, I think Marcus, I believe, I don't know for sure, but he always looks like he's killing it at Central Florida Comic Con.
I tell them about Central Florida Comic
That's
Con
what
all
he
the time.
say, man. That's
I
that's
tell
what he
them
say.
it's right here in my hometown, right here in Lakeland, and it's always a nice crowd. The promoter himself, Ben is a good guy, and he always, he tries to have the best environment that he can have or he can put on for a show. So I always tell him about it. But this year, I'm really trying to get him down here get Bradley down here for Spooky Empire in October.
You'd like that one.
Yeah, I was supposed to win last year, but things happened when I wasn't able to make the trip. But I'm coming this year.
But see, I don't go to Spooky, so I go to Central Florida. So if I don't come down for Spooky, so I'd have to go over there to Spooky just to see you.
Well, I'm sorry, man. Come on, bring Trish with you. Y'all come on, see. It's all but guaranteed. It's all but guaranteed. It's all but guaranteed. I'm coming this year, Spooky.
Okay, so once Spooky closes down, I'll take you guys out for dinner afterwards. We'll meet somewhere.
Man, you take me to McDonald's.
I don't.
I'm not expensive. I up the dollar menu if I have to.
Nah, it's one of those. I don't do fast food. I haven't done fast food for a few years, so very little fast food. Like Chick-fil-A.
As I recall, let me see. Think back to the last time I was on here. You and Trish promised me a steak on the grill.
I got a steak on the grill I can give you. I can, if you want some.
As I recall,
smoke. See, I think
next time you see me, you're gonna grill for me.
I'll grill for you, but I bet you'd love the ribs that I smoke though. So see,
You're talking our language now.
See, because
you're talking nice to the Mark.
Between this time and last time, I'm in a brand new house now. So I have my smoker set up, I got my grill set up, I got my griddle set up.
Okay.
Only thing I got set up yet is my pizza oven. I'm just waiting for a table to put that up on.
Oh, look at you, top shelf. Oh.
Hey man, I tell you, Guy Fieri has nothing on me.
Okay, well, we can definitely make something happen. All right, hey Marcus, I definitely get my menu to him.
Look, we have to go ahead and throw Phantasm Orlando in there too to get you here earlier.
Phantasm Orlando. Yeah, that's the same week, isn't it?
No,
like the week before.
No, Phantasm is it September?
Yes. And then Spooky Empire is in October.
Okay. Well, since I missed MegaCon, yeah, I need to try to get on down there a few times.
See, if you go to Phantasm, you'll see Boris, your good buddy Boris.
Oh man. Full makeup?
Yeah, Boris is. That's all Boris is. But yeah, they're big. They're the official podcast of that show. Monster Manor and all that is the official podcast of Phantasm. I think they half run it too by this time. So, but they have a huge setup out there, and they would love to interview you.
All right. So we definitely need to make that happen, Dig Marcus. We need to make that happen.
Yeah, we're gonna do some. Check out the horror cons here this year. Since we aren't doing MegaCon, and we figure we'll save up, because by the time those horror cons roll around, we'll have some new issues of some of the other stuff that's out, and we'll have a bigger slate of horror books that we'll be able to have for the people and the fans.
Oh yeah.
Well, see, and of course, if you would have come to Olo, of course, Boris is going to be there too. because
Now
because
I gotta get bars. If I'm not mistaken, he didn't get the volume 3 of Mississippi Zombie. So I gotta get volume 3 of Mississippi Zombie to him.
Hmm.
well, see, yeah, because he's gonna be there. Um, he's gonna he's gonna be announcing the winners for the cosplay contest, the mediocre cosplay contest, and of course, Monster Manor is our official podcast of the show because we can't be our own podcast.
Yeah, it'd be kind of hard.
That ding was me sending you some info, Marcus.
I appreciate it because yeah, we were talking earlier for all the fans. We were talking about MegaCon and talking about parking. So things are definitely different and changing every year.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Well, hopefully this year, because last year on Saturday the fire marshal kept having to shut them down at the door because they were over capacity.
Mm.
Last year was a nightmare, Bradley. I mean, people
Oh,
were waiting for like 4 hours just to get into the parking lots, and then still getting turned away. People that had paid for like Saturday only tickets couldn't
mhm.
get in because the fire marshal shut them down because they oversold the tickets for that day.
Wow. I can just imagine how packed it was in there, man. Because
And
that year I went, it wasn't that bad, but man,
and you can ask Marcus, you couldn't if you wanted to buy something, you couldn't use your credit card because nobody's credit card reader was working because there was no signal in there.
no,
And
I mean, like as a vendor, you want to see a large crowd because it represents sales. But it was jam packed. I mean, jam packed.
and I'm going to tell you, I had more fun. I went on Sunday, Bradley. I went over to one of our friends' booths. I had more fun selling his mystery boxes than I did walking MegaCon because I couldn't enjoy anything at MegaCon because it was so packed. You couldn't
oh,
stop at a booth because everybody was just pushing you through.
it's pushing you to, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And there's a
Mm.
point of too many people.
yeah.
But that was the first time they had Tacticon since COVID, wasn't it?
The first time without COVID restrictions
Restrictions. Okay.
because they had MegaCon the year before, but it still had the COVID restrictions. Masks had to be on, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that was that year that you were there, that you and
Yeah,
I were
yeah,
there, and
yeah, yeah. Wow, man.
that year was me and Spike.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Yeah, and this year's
last
just
year
Spike.
they also trying to go up against C2E2 this year and Steel City Con. It's all the same weekend.
Yeah, and that should kind of take some of the crowd away, particularly with C2E2. I know I have a couple of friends, quite a few friends that are vending there. So that should take some of the crowd away, but still, MegaCon it has turned into the premier Florida event.
Oh yeah,
It used
that
to
I'll give you. That I will. But they're trying to be up in the big leagues with C2E2, New York Comic Con, Emerald City. They're trying to be up there. And the best way they can do it is go against the same weekend as these guys and try to steal their vendors.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. Because at one point, Florida SuperCon used to be the premier con, but it once it made a change in the actual ownership of promoters, it lost a lot.
I I'm gonna say with SuperCon, Give it a couple years, because you got to remember, Reed Pop picked it up in the middle of COVID, and of course the first year they still had to abide by the previous owners, what they had set up. Second year, still COVID stuff going on, and then what was it that MegaCon tried to come in at the same time as them too last year? So they had to change all their stuff up. So
Well, this year it's looking like I may be there at the Florida SuperCon with Dorfis. So she and I split a table, and this will be my first time actually vending there.
I'm going to tell you, me and Trish are big Reed Pop fans. We like Reed Pop. And they're the ones that do Emerald City. They're the ones who do New York Comic Con. They're the ones who do C2E2. And I think once they get everything situated, I think SuperCon will be back up to being a great show again.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
but that's my own opinion. And that's...
As I tell Bradley all the time, just here in this state, is so many cons all over the state from top to bottom and side to side until it's you just have your pick.
Bradley,
you really have your pick.
Going off of what he just said, 2 weeks ago, 5 different conventions all going on Saturday and Sunday in Florida at the same time.
2 of them within 7 minutes of each other.
Yeah, 2 of them on that Saturday were within like 5 to 7 minutes from each other.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I tell them all. I tell Bradley all the time, because they don't have stuff like that there in Mississippi. They don't have that volume.
We got 2 cons all year, Mississippi.
You can come out here.
Tupelo and 3. Tupelo, Memphis, and Jackson. That's it.
And Memphis is in Tennessee.
So Tupelo and Jackson.
Yeah, I told them. It need to take a month, 6 weeks maybe during the summer or during this time of the year, and just be down here to go to cons.
Oh man, you could if you could take a month off from what you're doing just to come down here, you could go to 2 to 3 conventions every weekend just in Florida.
Wow. Woo. Now I see what you mean, Mark, about being in con shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it, and for the vendors, they have to pick and choose, and that's what's bad, is they have to pick and choose.
Wow, that's crazy.
And then
That's
you have
crazy.
some of these conventions that don't care that there's another convention going on, you know?
Well, man, y'all got the luxury of having that many.
See, and we used to be the same way, right, Trish? Oh man, it was so cool. You had a convention every weekend, and then when you start, you can ask Marcus, when you start having a convention every weekend, you're dead tired. You never get a break. It is constantly going and going and going.
And as much as
That's where you gotta pick your poison.
well, as much as I love interacting with the people, once you're on that 3rd con of the month, it's like, man, I can't fake this smile. My feet are hurting from standing and walking. And it's like, but you muscle your way through it. That's why I, just like with anything else, just like with sport, I have a season and I have an off season. So like now it's con season, but once like we start getting toward November, that's more or less the off season, and I try to take at least a month or 2 off.
We usually take December off. That's our take December off. That's for us time, you know. Basically
Yeah.
from Thanksgiving to New Year's. That's our time.
Yeah. Yeah. Really, that those 5, maybe 6 weeks that during that time, I mean, and there's still shows going on. That's the thing. I
Oh
did
yeah.
Spooky Empire one year in December, so there's still shows going on. So the opportunities are still there, but it's like I just got to take the time off. Need to stay home, sit at home on my couch for a minute and prop my feet up.
Well, I'm going to tell you, after Olo, we taken some much needed time to ourselves. We'll still go to a convention here or there, and you know, to promote as Orlando Collector Deviants, but
Mhm.
we're just going to take some time and de-stress and go from there. You know.
Yeah. Well, things are really just getting started. April is busy. What is that,
Hey,
John?
John.
And
What's
John
going on,
says
John?
Marcus never takes time off.
Look, I
But
do then, man. I have to take a break every now and then.
yeah, but John's
Yeah,
not one to be taken because he never takes time off either.
look, John is between just doing the regular comics and the wrestling books. I mean, like John is everywhere.
Oh yeah, he's
All
he's
that,
definitely big
and
time.
he has a yeah, John,
Superstar.
and, and as I was just mentioning, just like with Roland, you know, we all see each other at cons. We see each other frequently, and like I said, 5, 6 times a year, if not more. So I see John. I see John over there hustling Rochelle, and Rochelle. I forget the
The
title of it, but that
teenage,
was and the wrestling books, of course. I had the opportunity to meet one of my longtime wrestling legend fans, which was Rocky Johnson. I would really have John introduce me to him, and this was like maybe a month or two before he passed away.
man,
John is
that
introduced.
he's one of the nicest guys in the world, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, I went to take a picture with him, and it didn't take the first time. So I was like, wait a minute, I got to take it again. And he was like, all right, man, hurry up and take this picture. I'm like, okay, yeah. Like I got like the half of his face and was scared to ask for the third time. Yeah,
I mean,
I have had the opportunity to meet quite a few of the guys that I grew up watching when I was a preteen and a teenager, watching these guys wrestle, and have met these guys through John. So yeah, John is a good guy. John and Bradley actually wrote or co-wrote a series.
Cold blooded. Cold blooded. We did cold blooded, then we wrote in exciting comics as well at AP.
that's awesome.
Yeah, so I know him real well. Me and him great friends.
Oh, John is just a great guy, just like you guys. I mean, he's a great guy all the way around, and he has his hands in like everything. Besides, you know, because he's even got stories in heavy metal and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
I know, man. How did he get in heavy metal? I'm like, man. Oh,
Man,
that's
John
that's that's one book I've been trying to get in for the longest. I cannot get in heavy metal.
John says, "Yes, sir. Both very talented men and great friends."
yeah, we appreciate it, John. And I know I'll be seeing you at a con somewhere.
Well, see, I've always called John the original superhero. He's lawyer by day and comic book creator by night.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's it. He does all this and has that full-time job.
And we got Tommy coming on saying, "Woo, howdy y'all." Hey, Tommy.
Hey, what's going on, Tommy?
Tommy is also part of the Silver Line crew.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know if
That last name sounds familiar, Marcus. Like I've seen that before.
You know exactly who he is.
Kablam!
yep,
Kablam! My
right.
peeps
Yep,
at Kablam. Hey, how y'all
yep.
doing? Hey, yeah, Kablam.
Who
Yeah,
he
Hey,
yeah.
is.
what,
Yep.
Tommy? You don't like the hat? I thought this was the perfect drinking hat tonight. Tommy
Yeah,
is a
that
Mississippi
last
boy
name, I'm
too.
like, Kablam. Yeah. Hey, Tommy. Hey, I got some stuff. I got the order from y'all. Hey. Expect my
Tommy
order for the week.
Tommy says, "Love you
I'll be getting
guys."
with you.
Oh yeah, Tommy. You definitely, man. We're happy that we got this good friendship going with you. Kablam has always been good to us. They
Always, man. Always been good to me.
yeah,
Always.
and that's the one thing about this whole comic book community that we're in. I mean, you really come across some real people, some good people, and when you come across those folks, like you cherish it and you don't mess it up. You know what I'm saying?
Tommy says he'll keep an eye out for some stuff this week from you,
Oh
and
yeah.
Tommy's one of the nicest guys I've met. I mean, he looks gruff, but he's really nice.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to do a con a few years ago. It was it was the Acme Con, something that Joe Rodriguez actually had put together, and I got a chance to meet him and got a chance to meet a lot of other creators here from just around the state of Florida.
Well, Tommy also still owes me a dance for TikTok because
Yes, it does.
and don't think I've forgotten, Tommy, because I helped you get to those numbers on TikTok, so you still owe me a dance.
Oh man.
So, besides Shook, do you guys got anything else coming up that you can? Oh, see, Tommy says, "Oh no." So, do you guys got anything else coming up that you can talk about? Because you guys got a lot of hush hush stuff. I want some.
Yeah, I'm working
I want.
on a book called Nightblade, which is another assassin book to go along with Victoria Black. And I'm working on another book called Dog, which is a working title. It's my take on Cujo and Man's Best Friend.
Okay. God,
Well, I have
I haven't thought about man's best friend in forever. That Rottweiler.
The Rottweiler.
See,
yeah.
I know my old horror. I grew up on horror. That's why I
Back
love
in
you.
hey, that's good horror. That's horror that we got away from, which I'm trying to bring it back. You know?
Oh yeah. So
Well,
do you play very many video games?
Oh yeah.
no.
Ah, see, okay, see,
PS5 all day.
yeah, I just started playing The Quarry last night. Have you played that one?
I hadn't played that one. I've been playing that Diablo 4 all weekend.
Ah, see,
The beta was all the Diablo 4 beta was like 3 days. And I put in a lot of hours playing that thing, man. A lot of hours. A lot of hours. Knowing I need to be writing some scripts.
it's one of those that when I saw that the PlayStation Plus catalog had The Quarry, and I know it's one of the newer horror ones that I've been wanting to play. So,
I mean, I've seen it. The graphics look ridiculous on it.
Oh man, the graphics, Marcus. If you don't know, even Trish could recognize the people who they were portraying. Because you had David Arquette and all these famous actors that they actually made the characters and they made them look like them as the voice. And even Trish was picking out who they were. So that's how good.
Yeah, you know, that's something that I never really got into with gaming. I guess because I was always reading comic books. I never got into the gaming, and even now, I just I break out my Wii every now and then and play Wii Sports, and
We, oh, my poor man. Oh,
of it. That is the
no
extent.
wonder why you go to cons all the time. And you got to have something to do.
Okay, Bradley. I think Marcus needs a raise. He at least needs to get a Switch.
I'm gonna make it my duty to get you a Nintendo Switch. It ain't got to be the one to put on TV. It can be the little handheld like you used to do with the Game Boy. Get you one of them.
Well,
I'll make it my duty.
For me to sit it down somewhere and let my son come and pick it up. Like when it comes to games, and I actually was thinking about this the other day. I have had almost every video game console up to the PlayStation 3, and then no more.
I've had them all.
Like the Nintendos, from everything from the Super Nintendo all the way. I had the Cube, like I said, got the Wii, and we had
GameCube.
We had all the games stuff. And every now and then I will sit down. There's a game that I might like. A fight is usually a fighting game, and like I'd be playing with my son, and he's trying to teach me the moves, but I just never caught on to the gaming thing. It just never. I guess because when it really started taking off and getting popular, I was at that age where I was really more interested in chasing girls and alcohol than I was sitting there playing a video game.
Well, man, I'm going to tell you. When it comes to chasing girls and playing video games, I did them both. But
and
the first game, the first game I ever played was a Commodore 64. It was before the Atari came out.
No, we had an Atari. I think we still got. As a matter of fact, I don't even think I know. We still have the old.
I guess it was Commodore 64. I think it was something else.
Texas Instrument, probably.
The what?
Texas Instrument. That came out before Atari. It was around the same time. Like Texas Instrument TI came out first.
I believe it was because I remember when I started school, they had these calculators, and they was like, didn't they make video games or something out of these?
Yep.
I believe it is. I believe it is.
Texas Instruments. Okay.
Texas Instruments. I believe it is. But yeah. Oh yeah, man.
Because I had Texas Instruments, I had Ataris, I had Coleco, I had TurboGrafx 16, I had all the Nintendos.
Remember when we was growing up, they had the little handheld games in the stores like Dollar Generals and Walmart you can buy, and then you know what I'm saying? I still got all those.
Oh yeah, like the little football
Bo
game,
Jackson,
baseball.
Bo Jackson Tecmo Bowl. I mean, Bo Jackson Super Bowl was the first co-op handheld game. Like literally, it was a game that had two sides to it.
Yep,
I could play one side and you could play another side.
Yep.
Check the facts now. Check the facts.
Oh, I know. Like I said, I grew up with all that stuff.
Man, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, when it was just side scroller, you just up, down, hit. You know what I'm saying? All that.
Let me see if I can show you.
Hey, I know my games now. I know the way you know comics. I know my games.
See, I
I
can't
get
show you
Shoot.
behind me.
And he
I'm
said
trying to show you.
GameCube. I almost dropped the tail, man.
Hold on,
GameCube.
I'm
Oh
gonna show
man.
you something, Bradley, behind me.
Oh, I seen those when I first came in. That Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the left.
Yep,
That Mall of Avengers in the middle. That was
yep.
back when games were actually co-op games.
Oh yeah.
I never played
Sim.
the Simpsons because every time I tried to play it, it'd be a line of folks there. You know.
Well, I'm gonna see if I can show you one other thing that I just bought this last year at Free Play Florida. Let's see if I can turn. Of course, the
And that be X-Men.
no. I got a tabletop that has like 63 different games put onto it.
Oh man, Gallagher in there too, huh?
Yep. Galaga, Miss
Yeah, I see
Pac-Man,
Gallagher,
Hulk,
Miss Pac-Man. Mm-hmm.
Dig Dug, all that stuff. All the
Oh,
stuff that we
y'all
grew up
got the
on.
whole
yeah.
man. Y'all got the stuff, boy.
Well, you got to come down in November. I'm gonna tell you, you got to come down in November. Let me get out of this because there is a show out here.
I ain't gonna
That
want to
is
leave,
called.
Marcus. I'm gonna be hey. And
It's
I'm gonna just
called
spend
Free
the night with
Play
them.
Florida, man.
I'm gonna spend the night with them. All right, just leave me there with them. Just come and get me the next morning.
Well, they stay close enough to the airport, man, where they can pick you up and drop you back off.
Yeah, man. I got. Yeah, man. Yeah,
But
man.
like I was saying, there's this awesome event out here, and it's actually going to be in Marcus's backyard this year. It's going to be. They're moving it to Lakeland this year. Free Play Florida.
Okay.
It is pinball machines, arcade machines. I mean, from World War II and World War One, like pinball machines and stuff,
Mhm.
all the way up to current. A whole section of everything that we grew up with, to the cabinets, to pinball machines, up to the new current stuff. You gotta come down for it. It's like it's a 3-day event, isn't it, Trish? Free Play is usually a 3-day event. It goes on usually the same weekend as Lake County Comic Con or convention.
Okay.
But some of the stuff is up for sale, and that's where I bought that one over here.
Okay, Marcus. Okay.
Yeah,
Because I was
I
gonna
have to
I was
pick
gonna
you
buy
up.
a pinball machine, but everybody told me to buy this instead.
When is Bradley moving to Florida?
They saw Pac-Man on there.
Oh yeah, Pac-Man. I'm a big Burger Time. There's Burger Time on there. Dig Dug.
What about Tetris? Is it on there?
Tetris? No Tetris. This is more of the stuff that we used to play at the arcades. Not on the, like this. This has Mappy, Galaga.
Well, he's got that Avengers, man.
Oh yeah.
He's got that. He's got that Avengers, Mark. He got that Avengers back behind him. Oh man, I spent some quarters on that bad boy. God.
Oh, like
see,
the turtles. The same thing was with the turtle one.
Man, I
grew
spent some
up on that,
quarters,
man.
boy. Woo-wee.
While you all were over there in the game room spending your quarters on the video game, I was on the other side of the arcade where the pool table was and getting
Pool
my
shark just taking folks' money. Shame on you, shame on you.
Yeah.
We was at least with us, you know what I'm saying? Us gamers, we weren't taking folks' money. They were just taking ours.
I can't say anything else because we used to hit the bowling alley and we didn't go there to bowl. We went there to play pool.
See,
So,
look, I used to go to the skating rink and never put a pair of skates on. Go straight to the pool area.
see, we at the skating rink, we'd go there
Hold it
and do
down,
the
huh,
video
Mark?
games.
You a pool shark, huh?
No, I just enjoy the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Pool is a good game. I love it. I love it because you got to think. You got to think about your shot. You got to know where it's gonna bounce and go. And I like
And,
anything that makes me think.
and for $3 a ball, you learn how to shoot real quick.
Hey, I grew up. I grew up in a
You
hodunk
can't
little
afford to
town.
miss.
Like I said, I grew up in a small little town in Colorado. There was one video game or a video store in that town, and on half of it, he had pool tables.
Uh-huh.
So we used to go and we used to play, and the owner would sit there and he'd play him against three of us and
Wow.
wipe the table with us. Till I found out from my uncle. My uncle was friends with this guy. He was the Colorado State champion of pool.
Wow.
So he taught me a lot. He taught me enough that he would have to start playing me by myself, not against two other people. Still couldn't win, but I put up a hell of a.
Yeah, that when I went went to college, when I wasn't in class, I was up at the Student Union Center and hustling on the pool table. That's how I made my beer money.
So I know who to take me to play pool.
Hell
Look,
yeah.
that poor college student isn't just an expression. That's a fact.
We all done been there, Mark. We all done had to eat ramen noodles. We all done had to eat ramen noodles with hot sauce. Shit, I had to do it with sugar before. I ain't had no hot sauce, nothing to put on.
You can keep the hot sauce, man.
Yeah, but I used to do the same thing when I was stationed in Meridian. Get everybody up there, sit everybody up there. Oh, I don't know how to play pool, and then you know how it goes. Oh,
Yep.
When you start putting that fancy English and start jumping balls and shit,
Bunch of hustlers.
you bring out the bridge so you can do it. They're like, you do know how to play. No, I don't. I just saw this on TV.
Bunch of hustlers.
Well, you back we shot setting up with the stick behind us, and they're like, all right, man.
Man, you can stop it, man. Y'all know how to play.
Okay, guys, we are coming up on our hour. Is there anything you'd like to say? Where you guys are going to be? I know you're not going to be out in Florida, but you might be someplace out in Mississippi.
Yeah, my couch. But no, real talk though. I plan on doing a little book signing here in my hometown next week. I'm gonna have Sony. I'm just letting you know, Mark, that ahead of time. I'm gonna have some Sonys. Other than that, I'm looking at getting some of my books in the libraries around my area.
That's awesome. What about you, Marcus? What you got going on?
I got the OloCon on April 8th that I'm really looking forward to doing. I have an event on April 4th as well, but the event April 4th is more of a private event. I'm looking in May, actually, both Bradley and I are looking to go up to Philadelphia for the back con. And then in June, I think June is wide. Well, no, June is actually kind of busy. Florida SuperCon is in June. We'll be in the Space Coast Con June 10th through 11th, celebrating 10 years of ICC, the Independent Creators Connection group on Facebook. It's a 10-year anniversary this year. We actually used to do cons there at Space Coast and Coco. So being able to come back there this year for our 10-year anniversary is big.
Because that's with our buddy Terrence.
Yep.
Going to
Yeah.
Philadelphia, praying I win a glyph. I win a glyph.
It's funny with ICT. I joined right under 600 people, and now we're right at I think we're over 15K, 15,000. So
But you
it's-
want to know? Me and Trish have been part of the ICC for like almost 10 years too.
yeah, you all been there from the just like we have. So
Okay. ICC family in the house.
Oh yeah, because we back with Jake and Terrence and everybody there back at like the Space Coast Comic Con way back
Yep.
when, you know.
yeah, we actually had that ended up having 3 conventions before Terrence when Terrence was staying there in Orlando, and he was able to really coordinate things better. But once he and his wife moved, they weren't. He really wasn't able to coordinate things. But he's talking about retiring here. His wife is talking about retiring and moving back to the area, and we would get the ICC cons cranked up again because that was something unique about that group. Was not only having the cons, but we were publishing comic books as well from the group, and you just don't see that in groups nowadays.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, and I don't know if Trish pays attention, but I've just watched with the ICC just the Facebook page just grow and grow, see all these awesome creators just coming from like nowhere, just out of the blue, you know. And then finding out like some of these people that I do know have been part of the ICC for years upon years, and it's just ICC has grown so big you don't even know the connections anymore.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to that June 10th.
Oh damn! See, I was gonna mess with you since you were poking at the camera.
Man, I need a laptop. this phone right here.
Well, even if you don't want a laptop, get you a tablet. Get you something.
Yeah, I'm about to get something, man. Real soon. Actually, real soon.
Because like I told you, I like traveling. Like if I'm going places, I like having the tablet. Because you could be like Trish and leave your laptop in the hotel room.
Hey.
and then you got to pay for it to get shipped back to you because it's in another state.
Oh, got to be more careful, Trish.
Don't take his side.
She needs not to. let me tell you, she needs not to be taking work along with her. When we go to another state, we going for us, you know.
Vacation, like yes.
Yeah, even if we're going for a convention, no work needs to be being done.
That's right, Trish.
In my defense, I was asked. I'm trying to stay your sugar mama.
Yeah, she's my sugar mama. Don't get me wrong. But the thing is, how much of a sugar mama if you lose the laptop? It's not very good. So Marcus, I was going to say, you know what the cool thing about Olo Comic and Toy Show is?
What's that?
Free parking.
Yeah.
And it's only $8 an adult to get in.
And I may be kind of biased as well when it comes to the con, but the Rosen Plaza there on International Drive is an excellent spot. I mean, last year just besides the people who were coming for a comic book convention, the street itself is busy because it's International Drive. So you had a lot of people who were visiting Orlando who would happen upon the con and would come in and check things out. So, and I mean, it was a real nice spot. Like I said, I'm looking forward to it, man. Right there,
Well,
at the road
this year,
platform, International Drive.
also, man, we got Easter baskets for the first 100 or so kids to come in. Since we're the day before Easter, we doing that. We're gonna have Easter egg hunts where we put. You've been to Louis' Infinity show, Infinity Toy and Comic Con, and you know how he does the Infinity Stones. We're kind of doing the same thing with Easter eggs. So you never know, you might find an Easter egg on your table that people have to come up and find. Well, see, the thing is, Bradley, you laugh, but if they find them, they win a huge prize.
Oh,
it's not just they just find an egg. They find an egg with the Lego figure in it with a number on it. They bring that back up to us at the front table, and they get a prize.
Oh, okay.
So it's not just let's find an egg. Yeah,
Find an egg has got something. Okay, so it's definitely some incentives attached to it.
Oh yeah, and one of the other vendors is going to have some eggs put out throughout. That's going to have candy in it, so you never know which ones you're going to get. You're looking for the little Lego figure inside.
Never know what you're going to get.
On it.
Steve and Trish put on a good show.
I see. I definitely got to come to one of them. I will be there next year. Mark it in the book. I'll be there next year.
Oh, look at maybe
Mark it in the book.
Things out, and you can come next weekend.
I can't come up with cash that fast. If I could, then hey.
I hear you.
But see, I was doing some shameless plugs right there for Olo because I got to, because
plug away, man. Plug away.
And I got Martin Kleba coming. That's our special guest this year. And you might know him from Pirates of the Caribbean. He was Marty on Pirates of the Caribbean. The midget on Jack Sparrow's. No, not
Mini-Me. Not Mini-Me, but yeah. He was at Tupelo Con.
Who, Martin?
He was at Tupelo Con, yes.
Probably.
The little small one that's in all the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's also in Clown Motel. Nice little horror movie for you.
I haven't seen that. I need to look that up. Clown Hotel? Okay.
Clown Hotel. He's been on everything. He's been on Scrubs way back then. And on top of being an actor, he is a stunt performer. He's done all kinds of stunts in a lot of these movies and shows, even in commercials.
Wow.
I mean, he is very versatile, multi-talented, and that's the kind of the guest I like to have. May not be Chris Evans or some Star Wars person, but it's somebody who I think everybody should meet at some point.
Gotcha. Yeah, I saw him just recently.
Yeah, well, he's actually, he lives in Tennessee, so he does a lot of that stuff up and around that area. So, okay, guys, anything else you want to say before we go?
Marcus?
Check us out on Global Comics, Second Sight Publishing on Global Comics. Check us out. We got stuff up there that's free to read and free to subscribe to.
Bradley?
What he said. What he said.
And if you're around where Bradley lives, get a fish sandwich from his mama.
Is it comics with an X?
Definitely, it's life changing.
Trish wants to know how you spell your global comics. Is it with just comic or comics?
It's comics, Mix, COMIX.
You got that? She's
Global
gonna
Comics.
she's gonna tag them real quick before we go. And don't run away because Bradley, since you're on a PS5, we got to change handles.
Okay, all right. Oh, let me turn it on here real quick. I'm always ready.
See, I would say that, but mine's way in the other room.
Man, I even have it on my phone where folks send me messages, pop up on my phone, and I can log in from my phone and turn my PlayStation on.
I can do all that, but my phone's not even in the area. So,
Oh,
well, because I have the laptop.
oh, gotcha.
And I try not to have the distractions of everything else, because you don't know how many times my phone goes off.
What is going on here?
He's
Why
your
is
boss,
that?
Brad or Marcus. Okay, did you get it up there, Trish?
Hold on 1 second. Internet was going slow.
Okay.
But I got it now.
Okay.
Here it comes.
There you go.
Okay. Well, if nobody else has anything to say, you two don't log off after it. We are gonna go in and we'll log off here in a second once I find the exit. And until in a couple weeks, guys, because I'm not doing the show next Thursday because I'm gonna be getting ready for load in on Friday night. So until then, guys, catch you guys later. Bye.
Yeah.
Drinking tonight, I won't remember any of this in the morning.